All right, guys. So, okay, so guys, we all agree, right? So far, we got Arizona's and we have Orioles on the list, top 5, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right, we gotta grow this list. All right. What guys, pull up the E-Class. I got a really interesting video to show you guys, right? Pull up the E-Class question of the day. Pull up the bell ringer. See. What's up?
I got no snack.
What you got?
Fentanyl?
What?
Fentanyl?
I don't think that's a snack.
Some people consider it a snack.
Oh, some people do consider it a snack, but or some people treat it like one, right?
Doritos?
But no, and they're also like in the grade 2 currently, right? So, stay away from that kind of snack. All right, guys, pull up the E-Class question of the day. What's our bell ringer question?
Are government officials above the law?
So, yeah, are government officials above the law? Are they? Should they be? Because we have something,
Technically, no, but they can.
well, we have what's called the rule of law, right? And I'm gonna ask you about that, right? So rule of law means that no one is above the law. But what do you mean? Like, elaborate.
Like I said, corruption is a thing, you know what I'm saying? People can abuse power pretty easily. Once you got it, like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? People who are under you don't want to get fired, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to deal with none.
right.
You could easily abuse that power, you know what I'm saying? Take it into your own.
Abuse of power, yeah. All right, so now, hold that thought, right, Dorian? Because we're gonna expand on that. So now when we talk about Congress, right? And the members of Congress. Now, what are they responsible for creating? Again, well, bills that eventually become laws, right? We remember this, right? So now, you guys consider that a really important job? What you think, Isaiah? Is that a really important job, right? Creating bills that become laws?
Yeah.
So should they be able to get away with things? No? Chris, what do you think?
Should the government get away from us?
Should they be above the law to some degree? They should? Why do you say that, Chris?
What's the question?
So, check the bell ringer question of the day, right? Should government officials be above the law, right? So Dorian says that sometimes they abuse the power when they aren't a problem, right? So should they have to follow the same laws? Should they have to abide by the same laws that us normal, regular citizens abide by?
They should follow the laws.
They shouldn't break it at the same time.
Yeah.
But they got a really important job to do.
Yeah, but you can't just say, oh yeah, I'm finna outlaw cocaine, and then 3 minutes later he goes in the back room and starts sniffing. You feel what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's a good one, right?
You can't do that.
That's a good one.
Like if I can't do cocaine, why can you do cocaine? That's not fair.
Right, or fentanyl, right? Marcus, what do you think? Marcus, what do you think? So, just like Dorian says, right? What do you think about Dorian says, right? Do you think members of Congress should be able to do illegal drugs and get away with it? Because they have a very important job to do.
I don't know.
You don't know? It's not knowing, right? It's not whether you know or not. It's your opinion. What do you think? What do you think? Ebron, help him out. What do you guys think? They should be, right? Okay, so I want to show you guys this video, right? I like this. This is one of my favorite videos. Now it's an older video, right? But it's a goodie. So the question is NBA or NFL? NFL fans? Football fans? No, nobody? We're all NBA guys?
I'm not really about football.
Really about football? All right.
You mess me up. I was deep one.
I like playing.
You like who?
I like playing. I like
Yeah,
playing.
Washington.
Washington. All right, guys.
Steve first.
this is about Congress, but question is NBA or NFL?
Dad, guess which is it? Is it NBA or NFL? 36 have been accused of spousal abuse. 7 have been arrested for fraud. 19 have been accused of writing bad checks. 117 have directly or indirectly been bankrupted at least 2 businesses. 3 have done time for assault. 71, I repeat, 71 cannot get a credit card due to their bad credit. 14 have been arrested on drug-related charges. 8 have been arrested for shoplifting. 21.
Pause it right there. What do you guys think, NBA or NFL? NFL?
One currently are defendants in lawsuits, and 84 have been arrested for drunk driving in the last year. How many of you think NBA? How many of you think NFL? Well, the answer is neither. It's the 435 members of the United States Congress. Dad, guess which is it? Is it NBA or?
All right. Guys, what do you think? What do you think? Chris, your initial thoughts. I see you smiling. What do you think?
NBA.
No, it said the 435 members of Congress. All right, what do you guys think immediately? What are your raw thoughts after seeing that video? Peyton, what do you think? Huh? Not bad. Yeah. What else, guys? What are your thoughts?
Crazy.
Huh?
I guess that's crazy.
Crazy. And this is an old video, obviously, as you can see by the video quality, right?
It's probably up now too. The numbers are probably more up.
The numbers are up, right? So is that a power that Congress should have?
You know.
Just get away with? Because a lot of these congressmen get away with these things, right? But again, so today we're going to explore the powers of Congress, right? So what I want you guys to do now is log on to your Google Classrooms. And on Google Classroom, I have this PowerPoint. Check this out, guys. It's on the board right here, right? So where it says Power of Congress PPT, I want you guys to open up that document.
Honestly, I'll raise my hand. I'll stretch out. No, I'll stretch. I'm stretching.
You try.
I'll stretch.
Lock it in, right? Marcus, you done started here, right? You get both of these guys in trouble. All right.
It's the power of Congress.
Yes. So today we're going over the powers of Congress, right? Yesterday we went over the election process of members of Congress. Now, let's take a look at the board. Number 1 on the board, guys. Read this. The power of Congress. Number 1, the power of Congress to tax. Right? So again, I want to reiterate. Next month, we're coming up on the elections. Right? So one of the things that Donald Trump mentioned in the debates was he wanted to tax China. I think 200% he mentioned, right? Don't quote me on that, right? But if you want to go back and research it, but he wants to tax China by 200%. And when we talked about it in this class, if Trump has the power to tax China 200%, right? What happens to the cost of goods?
You can't tax like the actual countries, taxing them to come in to America, like, you know,
Come in,
to
yeah.
give goods,
Yeah.
not like taxing the country.
So is that a power of the president or is that a power of Congress? What do you guys? Who's it a power of?
Who's able to tax more? Congress.
Congress. Right? So about 95 of the $1 trillion of the federal government takes in a year comes from congressional taxes. Why is what is it? I don't know what goes on with my computer during this class. Okay. Number 2, the power of Congress to borrow. There are no limits on the amount of money that Congress may borrow, nor is there a restriction on the purpose for borrowing, right? So the country's currently in, we say, a lot of debt, right? Who do we borrow money from? What country do we borrow money from? You guys heard this? What do you think?
France. Spain.
UK?
Close.
England.
Close, keep going.
Germany.
Close, keep going. I just,
New Zealand?
Japan?
just mentioned it, right?
Spain.
No.
The one who be having like a lot of wood, what's his face?
Israel?
Who we just talking about?
Congress?
What country were we just talking about?
Italy.
With Trump. And where do we get our goods from?
So China.
Yeah. So speaking about Israel, right? So, the US government gives Israel $16 billion a year. If the president wants to give Israel $16 billion a year, who does he have to go to get that money?
It's Congress, right?
Congress. Okay, guys, scroll up to number 3, right? And Dorian, this is something that you just mentioned, right? The commerce power. The power of Congress to regulate interstate and foreign trade, right? So bringing goods from China into the country, right, is the power to regulate foreign trade, right? So that's who has that power?
President?
Is it the president or is it
Or Congress?
Congress? Okay. Scroll up to number 4. The power of Congress to regulate currency. The Constitution gives Congress the power to coin money and to regulate the value of money. Right? Any kind of money that is a creditor must by law accept in payments for debts. Nice. Scroll up to number 5. The bankruptcy power. The Constitution gives Congress the power to create uniform laws on bankruptcy. Do we all understand what bankruptcy is?
What's something, for business shut down?
Technically, like, so if a business shuts down, if a business is kind of, right? But if a business has borrowed a lot of money from the bank, right? And they're not producing anything, right? They're not making money.
Can't pay it back from the business.
Can't pay it back. They can file for bankruptcy, right? So Congress is the one responsible and who has created those laws on bankruptcy. And right here we have a few quick review questions, but scroll up to the 6th and 7th powers of Congress, right? So number 6, foreign relations power. So important, right? When we get to the executive branch, we're gonna talk about the role of the president and the exact powers of the president, right? But foreign relations power is a power that is shared by Congress and the president, right? This power comes from 2 sources, various express powers such as the Commerce Clause and war powers, right? So the Commerce Clause is also shared by the president, right? The ability for foreign nations to bring in goods into the country, right? That's shared by the president, the executive office, and by Congress. Number 7, war powers. The power is shared with the president. There are many congressional war powers: declare war, raise an army, and navy, right? So like we mentioned before in previous lessons, if the president wants to go to war, who does he have to get the money from? Congress, right? So as we're establishing now, Congress has a lot of power, guys, right? So again, even though the November elections, next month's presidential election is the big one, that's the one that we see all of the time, right? It's the most money is spent on those elections. But if we take a look at all the powers of Congress, right, it becomes really more important, maybe not more important, but as important, right? As important to actually go and vote for your House of Representative members, for your state senators, right? Those are called the local elections. Guys, pay attention to local elections.
I feel like the reason why it's like this is because of, you know, like how back then how we didn't want to, you know, become like a king and queen situation.
Yeah.
We was always stressing about that.
Yeah.
So the reason why it's like this is because for that reason, like we don't want the president to have all the power, right?
Yeah.
The president should.
Yeah.
So that's why he made it like this, and they, you know what I'm saying, each state has a Congress or representative, right?
Right. So that's called the separation of powers.
Separation of power.
Separation of powers, right? So that we don't have that situation where there's one dominant figure.
I mean, they
making all
made it
decisions.
like that. I mean, they did it. I mean,
It's a good idea,
the-
right?
the
So
president has
now,
the power.
the first week of school, right? We talked about like what sort of issues that we have with America and with government, right? And you guys gave your thoughts and opinions, right? But when we take a look at the creation of the country, for the separation of powers, right? It's kind of working. Nothing is perfect, but it does have a purpose. Okay. Okay. What's up? I disconnected. Yeah. So right now we're going to get off into an assignment. Right? I want you guys to go back to your Google Classrooms, right, and pull up the vocabulary for this lesson. So if you go to Google Classroom, right below your PowerPoint, text him later. If you go to Google Classroom, right below the PowerPoint, right, you're gonna see the power. Oh, did I just move it? All right, hold on. Okay. You're gonna see the power of Congress vocabulary. Guys, open up that document. So again, some of these vocabulary words and terms and definitions here, you've seen it before on previous vocabulary lists. And remember, as we're going through our assignments, I want you to refer back to the vocabulary list. As you're answering questions, use the vocabulary words that are appropriate for the question, right? You wanna get used to these terms. And again, just as a review, bicameral, take a look at the list. Number 3, bicameral.
Having 2 chambers of a house,
What are those 2 chambers?
a house of representatives.
And, exactly, nice. Good job. Okay, so amongst your groups, I want you guys to just review the vocabulary list, right? Take a look at all the terms and definitions. I'm gonna print out your assignment sheets, all right? We're gonna go through a quick assessment. Okay, got it. Okay, guys, is anyone still working on your PowerPoint slides?
No.
You guys done? You still working on it? So I want you guys to continue to work on it, right? Because I will give you an in-class grade. Work for this unit. Kingston, you were here yesterday, right? Yeah, I was sick. You were sick yesterday, right? Feeling better, sir? Feeling good, right? All right, guys, this is an assessment comparing the terms and powers of Congress. I want you guys to work together amongst your groups. If you're sitting by yourself and you want to join a group, please feel free to do so, or you can continue to work by yourself, right? But lean on your group mates. And guys, remember, as you're answering these questions, have the vocabulary list open, right? So you're gonna use you're gonna use the Powers of Congress document that I posted on Google Classroom, and you're gonna use the vocabulary list.
I knew you would show that.
Is that, huh? You still got that in your bag from a long time ago?
Yeah, we all about it.
Bro, it's done, don't put it back in the bag, throw it out, that's it.
I keep it in.
You gonna keep it?
Powers of, powers of powers of Congress or?
Yeah, so go to classroom, go to, where is it? Classroom tab, right there. Yeah.
I'm just
Playing,
playing.
right there. So you see
You ain't playing, you
you
got
see the Powers of Congress? Yeah, so the powers of Congress are powerful, right?
Okay, I was trying to
Right? Then you have the power of Congress.
This one?
Yeah. So I want you to use some of those terms when answering these questions. Like, so for example, where it says which chamber of Congress has the power to initiate a review bill? Right?
So I can use whether.
Yes, yeah, so you know some of those terms, just answer some of these questions, right? For example, which chamber of Congress has the power to presidential appointments? We'll go over these questions, right? So. Okay, you got it? Did you complete anything? No, I can decide anything. Huh? Yes, okay, so remember, not gonna be any time, you just let me go, right? Once you let me go, I'm in your grade, or you can grade, that'll push you grade.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think so.
Do you? Yeah, you can whistle.
Yes, I can.
Do it.
Which chamber has, so here where it says, which chamber can impeach, right? So meaning, in Congress, you have the House of Representatives, right? And you have the Senate,
Who do you stuff?
right? Which one can impeach? A federal official. So if you, yeah, so if you go, let's say you go to the PowerPoint slide, you can
Everybody get classroom too, bro, cause you see what's in your.
I see them now.
So go in Google Classroom, right, so that actual PowerPoint slide that we just reviewed. So, I like to do this, I like to go to the classwork section.
I
So you go to the classwork section, right?
We got some answers.
So you see the
Wait, you got pictures?
PowerPoint right there.
Picture though.
Yeah, so you can go there and scroll through there, right? Or you can just take the question and put it in, right? And then when you find it, it'll come up. Which one? You guys got it? Alright. Use your PowerPoint slide or Google. Right. Okay, so you got it? You got it? Alright, turn. Yeah, that's the right side. Alright, guys, we're gonna work on this for about 10 minutes and then we'll review.
I need number 2. Say it. That's free. Free. He said, that's free. Free.
You guys talking about number 3?
No.
No.
I'm saying that.
Alright. Guys, any questions?
Nope.
Sorry. Stay locked in.
In chat, like chat GPT, right?
Yeah.
And we can like short.
It's a lot, kid. You can't do it.
Appreciate it.
What's you listening to?
Kingston, right? Just need a pencil?
Yeah.
There's always this right here. Kingston. No, just or.
Huh? Eight. For eight T.
Man, I gotta see what it is.
Bro, I can't understand it.
No, you said 8, so.
Yeah, like you eat food. Yeah.
Guys, let's go for about 2-3 more minutes and then we'll review.
No.
The House of Representatives.
They don't know what.
Kingston, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take your charging cord, I'm gonna plug it in right here. Okay, one more minute.
Yeah, I'm writing on this.
What was that?
Just write the first part.
What's that?
435.
35? Hey, Luke, how you doing?
I'm just gonna write the first.
Looking? How you feeling, Luke? You feeling better? Are you feeling better? Are you feeling better? You were sick the other day.
Reading out slowly.
No, not like this. Are you feeling better?
Don't worry about it.
The other day. You were sick on Monday. What did you think?
I guess you're the same thing as I do that very fast. Keep walking
So
so
on
fast.
Monday,
But it's true though.
was it cold? All right, guys, let's go over these questions. Yeah, the Hebrew. Okay, number 1, which chamber of Congress has the power to initiate revenue bills?
The House of Representatives.
The House of Representatives. Yeah, thank you, Chris. All right, let's get someone else. Which chamber of Congress has the power to confirm presidential elections? You guys find that? Which one? Is it the House? Is it the Senate?
The Senate?
The Senate. Nice, I'm good. All right. Number 3, how many members are in the House of Representatives?
435.
435. Nice, Ron. Y'all are cooking today. All right. How many senators are there in total? Someone else? 100. Cooking. Yeah. All right. Which chamber can impeach federal officials? Someone else. Who found that? Hold on, Chris. Hold on. You got one already. Who else? Who did? Did you find it, Kingston? No? Dorian, you found it? Number 5, which chamber can impeach federal officials?
No.
Very good. Which one? Is it the House or is it the Senate?
The House?
The House of Representatives. Yeah. All right. Nice. So, guys, let's try this, right? So, before the break, we did take a democratic vote on which one you guys would rather. Would you rather Cahoots or Gim Kids, right? And you guys chose a Gim Kid, right? So let's go. This is gonna be our first Gim Kid in this class, right? Oh, Ebron, you ready? All right. me put this on the board. So Gimkit was tweaking a little bit earlier, but let's see if this works now. Alright, guys, log on, and let's see if we can produce this code here. What's up, Marcus?
I didn't say that big for real.
Can we pick the game?
Huh?
Can we pick the game?
Which one? Alright, yeah.
I got look.
Alright.
The first one.
Don't look down?
Yeah.
Trust no one or don't look down?
Don't look down.
Don't look down? Alright. Produce this code. Alright.
Actually makes me mad. We're talking all the way, bro. I bet they're very smart. I'll be mad.
Hey, you
Okay.
logged
What's her name?
Do it. What?
in? To here. Whenever you start this. Alright. How you guys doing? You guys logged in?
I did it.
Did?
I was with the PowerPoint.
You did? Alright. You can email it to me. Alright, I'm gonna start getting it.
Ah, dang it.
Oh, I got you.
These questions are all based on powers and That's commerce is the props.
The snake absolutely is.
He is.
That's a good process of elimination, right? If we didn't learn it.
Yo, I just noticed.
Guys, we'll go for about 4 more minutes. Did you abandon the whole? I think you're done.
I failed. No.
Where you at right now?
All the way down.
Where you at right now?
Guys, we'll go for about 3 more minutes.
No, I fell. Come on, bro. Bro, I'm at 0.
Oh my.
Actually?
Yes.
No, you're not.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, bro.
I just see you fall, but that's
Hey, what happened? You're done with it? Done with it? Wait, I can't tell you. So I used to play all like sports games, right?
Hey, where did my feet go? Hey, that's not funny. No, I'll go back. Hey,
You gave?
I can say, bro. What that range question just like me. Man, still no.
Yeah.
oh, the game's over. I would have won.
Same I would've won too.
You don't do it.
Who's that? Oh, wait.
I was right next to you. I was right next to you.
Oh, look at this. Oh, Kingston.
Bro, I want a bottom, bro.
Not even on the screen.
Yeah, I left. Hey, go down. Slow down, look.
Go down.
Look, see. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I left. I left.
I left.
Yo, you left. Yeah, you did leave.
Wait. Oh.
Kingston is killing y'all.
Yo, I was actually.
You drive.
That ruined my day. Happened 2 times today. That's great. That's great.
All right, guys. I'm gonna print out some. Not done yet. I'm gonna print out an exit ticket for you guys. All right. Just be 2 questions. Just to read. No, hold on to those. It'll be just 2 questions. Just to. I'm gonna check your understanding. Good game though. See, that's why I stopped playing video games. I've broken too many controllers.
I've broken TV and monitor.
You broke the TV?
The monitor.
You broke the monitor? What you throw at it?
No,
Oh, okay. And you couldn't play?
Like a long time.
For how long?
Like 4 weeks.
For a whole month?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. You broke the monitor?
Yo, it was TV, it was like big TV too.
Yeah.
I threw my controller for
That's how you know you don't know.
It was inside the wall.
I do go outside.
It got stuck in the wall?
Nah, like it just went inside the wall. Like it went through.
It went through and got.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I haven't done that, Ebron, but
you don't know what I'm saying.
I've broken a few.
Nah, it was the wall was getting through.
All right, guys, this is your exit tickets to check your understanding of the powers of Congress, right? It's only 2 questions, right? And I want you guys to hand these to me before you leave. Here you go. You can take your time with that, Lily. Dude, is it still in the wall, Ebron?
I don't know.
You don't know? Is the wall fixed?
I bet so. I bet so. I think it's have a gaming laptop.
You game laptop? Yeah. My son is a PC gamer. He's got a mouse and keyboard. YouTube?
I can get mad at things on Roblox. I mean, we should have to get mad, bro.
On Roblox?
Yeah, we get banned. I'm so crazy stuff.
Roblox?
I be saying all types of slurs. I'll be real. We cancels. I'll be saying.
Roblox, you go crazy on Roblox.
You remember when like Kim Kardashian had a news week on Roblox?
Oh yeah.
You what? You know what?
Yeah, like it was like Kim Kardashian was like, I don't know what she was, I'm pretty sure she was getting like cracked on Roblox
It was a
Live.
game.
What?
It was a
Whole
game
bunch of
show,
kids
Roblox.
watching it, yeah, there was more crazy.
Stop playing, really?
Yo,
No, I thought Roblox was a kid's game, bro.
Yeah,
What,
that is-
what happened? Who did that?
Nah,
What the?
We didn't know who did.
imagine you like 5 years old, you blowing up in a game, seeing some girl getting smacked on live.
Jeez. No. Oh my god. So y'all told me I gotta start checking my son's Roblox? Do I gotta start checking his games?
It's bad. It was on your, it's on the For You page.
Is it?
Yeah, it's sponsored by Roblox and stuff.
It's sponsored by Roblox? Is
There
it
is-
still active on Roblox now?
No, some of them are being taken down, but it's because the community is dying.
Yeah.
Typically, it's not.
I don't know, really.
Like, it was like the older generation of Roblox players that like stopped that.
That's not.
And then they disappeared, so it just started rolling again.
Okay, geez. Guys, number 2, think about it, don't think too hard about it, right? What's the first thing that comes to mind? And nothing is not a correct answer. Right? No, I forget. Oh, it's on the laptop, okay. Hold on, all right.
I was guess.
Marcus and Hebrew, I'm gonna ask you guys about this tomorrow, right? This is what I collect these for, right? I need to understand what you understand or don't. Right, so we can address it. Yeah, that's a good one. Huh?
I wouldn't miss one.
Yeah. Wait, what's your money? What are you doing? So, we're gonna go, we're gonna go over the Federal Reserve. Alright, paying the intermediaries. Yeah, Congress, they can print money. So you know what's crazy, so over the summertime, right? Your social is actual thing. Your social actually makes the Federal Reserve. So everyone's social, you plug in your social and you look for the code, right? There's a code associated with your social, right? And there's a state associated with your social. So you can actually add that to something Amazon.
Really?
Insane, and orders. Most of the stuff gets canceled, some stuff goes through. Swear to God, I was just like, my boys put me on, I'm like, let me see what this is. I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
gonna
about
show
to
you.
say that.
It's crazy, but, cause I used to hear about this, some people who bought like houses and cars off of it.
I've heard the same thing.
You've heard the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was true.